Bill Zito, you're back again. A third straight trip for the Florida Panthers to the Stanley Cup Final. When you're rolling around at night and maybe you can't sleep, do you think about that? It's pretty amazing.
You just think about the opportunity that we have and how lucky we are. Like, this is so, it's just, I probably shouldn't geek out, as I feel like I'm my son, right?
Yeah.
Like, Stanley Cup Finals. But you do feel that way. And I think if you asked everybody deep down, they would all be so excited to be part of this. And, tomorrow night it's going to be insane, right?
Yeah.
But I remember back, one of the things I think about is going back to when I was an agent, the first time I had a guy in the finals and you're really invested in it. You're so excited for the game. So it's wonderful to even be able to have those feelings.
Go back to that first, as you were getting ready for Game 1 against Vegas a couple of years ago. We've come a long way since then. It's a long time, but it's not that long ago. What do you remember about that first go-around, for getting ready for Game 1 against Vegas?
Well, preparing for it was distinctly different. So now it's one of the areas where experience, and I know Stan will tell you the same thing, makes a difference. So before you're worried, and not negatively worried, but proactively concerned, trying to do everything right. What about this? What about the napkins on the plane? Is paper okay? Do we need? And you want to do everything right, and then you go through it and you realize, worry about the hockey.
Yeah.
Right. You've gone now on the road for 42 games or plus, right? You'll be okay.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it is quite an accomplishment, especially in a cap era. Teams just don't get back. It's hard to repeat. It's hard to get back. You've got a third trip. You're trying to do something special to win a second time. How about the run-up this year in terms of, you made some moves at the deadline. You made some big moves at the deadline. Did you feel you needed those moves at the time? How did you feel about the team at the deadline as you were getting ready to prepare for the playoffs?
I think I was comfortable with the team, and as some of the situations present themselves, at least in my experience, and my tenure is pretty short in the league, a lot of the deadline situations you can plan for and you have your discussions for months leading up to it, and then they sort of happen. So, or a different one will become available because I'll use fictional cities, right? Houston had a guy, and someone got hurt, and Houston said, "Oh, we're not going." Right. So then Paris is saying, "Well, okay, we'll get that guy to Houston." They do a trade, and now someone else is available. Who knew? So those types of equations kind of come into play. But our team, we were okay. We were plugging along, and we had the good fortune of having Seth on term, right? So now we can add another defenseman that we know who will fit seamlessly into our room. And then, of course, to be able to add Marshy is a very special opportunity and a special person. And then Marco was another guy who we said, okay, if we can get another sort of multifaceted player, let's do it. So that was our reasoning behind what we did.
I want to ask you about Seth, because you had a relationship with Seth going back to your time with the Blue Jackets. So, how did that play into it? Because, a lot of us on the outside were watching, it's a struggling situation in Chicago. He doesn't want to be there, but the person. That seems like that would have made a difference in how you went about that acquisition.
Well, for sure, it played a role for me. But the way we do things, I have to get past the scouts as well.
Yeah, I know.
So everybody's checking off, and it's not hard. Anybody who's interacted with him can see what a quality human he is. And I think it was just easier knowing how he played, how he comported himself as a teammate on those teams in Columbus that were, pretty successful. And watching him quite a bit in Chicago and seeing some of the things that he does, it was a good fit for us. I said a couple of times, it's not necessarily how great a player is, it's do they fit our hole, the hole that we have to fit you in, and then our room takes care of pulling the most out of each guy.
All right, one more for you. The Edmonton Oilers seem like a different animal this year, just like you guys are a different team this year. What do you make watching the Oilers getting ready for this?
I'm crying. No, they're a wonderfully talented group. They play hard and they defend well. It's a daunting task, and it's exciting, and it's a big challenge. And congratulations to those guys, because that's a good hockey team. They've done a hell of a job.
It looks like it's going to be a heck of a series. Congratulations to you, Bill. You've done an unbelievable job in Florida, and to get there 3 times. I mean, I know you deflect. You have you've brought in a lot of good people around you. You have great players there, great management and ownership group, but it's a pretty special thing. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.